Imagine spending your entire life trying to change your reality without ever understanding what reality actually is. Most people know exactly what they want: more money, freedom, better health, greater success, a life that feels meaningful and abundant. But almost nobody stops long enough to ask a far more important question. What is the universe actually made of? And perhaps even more importantly, what are you made of? According to quantum physics, the answer isn't what most people think, and understanding this single truth could completely transform the way you see wealth, success, and your place in the universe. If you misunderstand what you are, you will spend your entire life creating from limitation. But if you understand what you are, you will discover that the separation you've always felt between yourself and everything in the universe was never really there to begin with. Everything begins with one astonishing discovery: nothing is what it appears to be. For centuries, humanity believed reality was fairly straightforward. The world appeared solid, permanent, and separate. You were you. I was me. A mountain was a mountain. A rock was a rock. Matter was matter. Simple, or so we thought. Then science looked deeper, and the deeper it looked, the stranger reality became. Scientists examined molecules, then atoms, then the particles inside atoms. And suddenly the solid world began to disappear. The chair wasn't really solid. Your body wasn't really solid. Matter itself wasn't really solid. What appeared solid was mostly empty space. And beneath that apparent emptiness, something extraordinary existed. Energy. Pure energy. This discovery changed everything, because scientists realized something astonishing. Everything is energy, not some things. Everything. Your body, your brain, the stars, the earth, the galaxies are all energy. Everything that exists is simply energy appearing in different forms. If everything in the universe is energy, then a far bigger question emerges. Why do you think you're different from the universe and everything in it? Think about this carefully. If your body, my body, the stars, the universe, and everything in it are made of energy, then what fundamentally separates them from each other? This question leads to one of the most important ideas in this masterpiece: the idea of oneness. The idea that beneath all appearances, everything originates from the same source. The same field of energy, the same fundamental reality. Now comes a fascinating question. If everything is one, why do we feel separate? Why do I experience myself as me, and you experience yourself as you? Why don't we naturally experience this oneness every moment? According to the profound ideas explored in A Happy Pocket Full of Money by David Gikandi, separation serves a purpose. Without apparent separation, experience itself would become impossible. Think about it. How would you know light without darkness? How would you know strength without weakness? How would you know abundance without scarcity? How would you know growth without challenge? Contrast creates awareness. Difference creates experience. Apparent separation allows life to know itself, to explore and discover itself, and to evolve. We may appear separate on the surface, but at the deepest level, we are all expressions of the same underlying energy. We appear separate from one another, yet at the deepest level, we remain connected to the same source. You're both the observer and the observed in your reality. At first glance, the distinction seems obvious. You observe the world. The world exists outside of you, but that's an illusion. Quantum physics has made us understand that the act of observation itself is connected to what is being observed. And this raises a profound question. Are you merely observing reality, or are you participating in it? Well, you're not standing outside reality looking in. You're a part of reality experiencing itself. The observer and the observed emerge from the same field, the same source, and the same energy. This means you are far more connected to the universe than you may have imagined. You are not separate from life. You are life expressing itself through a unique point of view. Now, you may be wondering, what does any of this have to do with success, wealth, and creating a better life? Everything. Most people attempt to create from a state of separation. They believe abundance exists somewhere outside themselves. They believe opportunity belongs to someone else. They believe success is distant, rare, and difficult. If everything emerges from the same field, then your relationship with possibility changes completely. You are no longer an isolated individual fighting reality. You are part of the same reality you seek to influence. When that understanding begins to sink in, something remarkable happens. Your perception, decisions, expectations, and actions changes. And eventually, your results change. This documentary suggests that wealth is not merely money. Money is one expression of abundance. But abundance itself is much larger. Abundance includes ideas, creativity, opportunities, relationships, health, purpose, peace of mind. Yet, most people spend years chasing these things while believing they're disconnected from them. But the moment you begin seeing yourself as part of the greater whole, the chase starts to transform. You stop approaching life from scarcity, fear, and as someone fundamentally disconnected from what they seek. Think about it this way. Since the universe has everything in abundance, and from our exploration in this masterpiece, you've understood that you're the same as the universe. That means you're abundant in nature. So why identify with scarcity and limitation? From today, apply these micro habits and watch yourself shape your reality. 1. Spend 5 minutes each day asking yourself, what am I beyond my name, occupation, and circumstances? Do not rush the answer. Sit with the question. 2. Whenever you feel limited, ask yourself, is this limitation an absolute reality or merely the perspective I am currently experiencing? 3. Practice becoming your own observer. Notice your thoughts, reactions, and emotions. Observe them without immediately identifying with them. Awareness creates freedom. Perhaps the greatest lesson from this masterpiece is not about physics, and it is not even about wealth. It is about identity, understanding what you truly are, not merely a body, a personality, or a collection of circumstances, but an expression of something far greater. The same source, same field, and the same energy that exists throughout the universe. When you begin to understand that, you stop approaching life as someone disconnected from what they seek. You stop approaching life from limitation and fear. Because the greatest illusion was never scarcity. The greatest illusion was separation. Everything changes when you realize you were never separate from the universe to begin with. If this perspective resonated with you, share one insight below that challenged the way you see yourself or reality.